Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about how Social Work Scrapbook came to be and how you can possibly get your own social media space or YouTube channel started in 3 easy steps. Let's jump into the video. So my channel began back in January of 2017. I was 8 years into my professional career as a school social worker, and I had already hosted a few interns. And essentially what was happening is all of the little insights and tidbits of information that I was sharing during the internships were being taken into their field classes and shared with other students there during their seminar courses. So I think that's when I got the idea that I should really start recording some of my insights, recording some of the things that came out in our supervisions, because I certainly remembered having those kind of questions myself early on in my career. So that was like a small thought in my mind, but it was still like a baby thought. I wasn't like full-blown ready for a YouTube channel just yet. I was a huge consumer and watcher of YouTube. Tutorials on makeup, style, home interior, fashion, I think I said that already, lifestyle, few vlogs here and there. I just loved consuming these videos, so one day I decided to type in social work. I didn't like what I saw at all. It was so negative, which I guess I should have expected, but it just kind of was like a slap in the face. Social work was a field that I loved. I have always loved it since the very beginning. It just feels like so much of the social work values are just inherently part of my value system. So to see people just kind of treat the profession like it was like garbage, basically, stigmatize it, I was like, no. I couldn't take it. I needed to create a channel to break the stigma and also share the insights. So it all started coming together in my mind. So I decided to create some videos. There's nothing scarier than going on to camera, right? Pushing record and then talking to yourself. Like, it's scary, you sound silly, and then you have to edit it all. The process is overwhelming, but honestly, once I started getting feedback and comments, so please, if you haven't already, comment below. If you've been a watcher of my channel for a while and haven't headed into the comments, please say hello. Let me know you're there. I'm saying this because I'm really talking to viewers like myself. I'm really like one of those passive fans and viewers of my different YouTubers that I watch, and I've never really commented. I'm just like watching and consuming. So if that's what you're doing here at Social Work Scrapbook, please let me know. Just an emoji or a little hello. I love to say hi to each and every one of you. So now I want to get into the how. How did I start my channel? I didn't know what apps to use, what equipment I would need. And so let's get into the how. My husband actually was the one that had been pushing me to start YouTube, and I didn't know how to do it. And the reason why I bring up my husband is because whenever I have an idea, he just doesn't see any barriers. And that's all I can focus on. So being deployed, he was out in Afghanistan at the time, I get a package from him. Now, this doesn't typically happen. I'm usually the one sending the care packages out, but I got a package from him, and I'm like, this must be a mistake. Like, what is going on? Did one of my packages come back? It's a pretty big package. When I open it up, there is a MacBook inside. I had never touched a Mac computer at all. Honestly, I mean, I remember that feeling, just being like, I don't deserve this. What is this for? Why are you buying me? Electronics in general really freak me out. So when we talked on the phone later that day, he's like, did you get it? And I'm like, yes, but what am I supposed to do with this? Like, is this mine? He goes, yes, I want you to start your YouTube channel. You have your iPhone, you have the MacBook now. I know you can airdrop it. Start, go. He's just such a supporter of me from the very beginning. So I think he just envisioned everything before I could even see any of this possible. That's just what I started doing. I started recording small little videos, editing them on iMovie, that's where I edit, and just uploading them. And the channel just took off. I started getting your comments, your questions. I started sharing more insights, and I love talking about social work. So we talked about the how, right? I use my iPhone, I use my Mac, It was a MacBook at the time. I've since upgraded. I think 2 Christmases ago, he bought me like the full-on desktop Mac, iMac, and it is amazing. I love it. So we got those things, check, right? Let's dig even deeper into the how. How do you come up with the topic that you want to discuss? My suggestion is to pay attention to what people are asking you, what kind of insight and knowledge you naturally have, and what you enjoy talking about, right? So you can even go through your DMs. You can just think right now, make a list of people that often seek your advice. What are they asking for your advice upon? For me, this was like a natural process. As I said, I took on some interns, and so naturally questions were coming, and obviously my answers were what's the word? Obviously, I guess my answers were resonating with them and they could understand them. And I mentioned previously that they would take some of my knowledge and insights into their own classes and bring back even more questions. So that was kind of my thought, that I'm really good at answering and sharing my insights on social work, and I love doing it. So naturally, that's the topic that I chose, right? School social work and social work in general. You don't have to necessarily niche down too much. At first, if you're first starting out with your YouTube channel and you're first like thinking of what you want to do a little hodgepodge, right? Do a little variety pack of all the things you'd like to talk about, and little by little the theme will come out. You just have to give your videos some time to breathe, let your audience find you. Don't be afraid to let people know that you've started a YouTube channel. I, for a long time, just didn't want to share the fact that I had a YouTube channel with anyone. It was something I kept private, something I love to do, but really something I wasn't ready to let family know, or God forbid, anyone that I worked with. I just felt a little bit of imposter syndrome, I think. Like, what are they gonna think seeing me on camera? And that was my big hurdle that I had to get over just last year. I've gotten over it. So there are big hurdles that we're all dealing with, wherever your hurdle might be, right? Whether it's starting off, imposter syndrome, sharing it with others, you will get through your hurdle. And I just want you to know that there is a space for you. This isn't too saturated. And if I'm using YouTube or like social media jargon, that means there isn't too many YouTube channels. There isn't too many YouTube channels or social media pages or podcasts or whatever medium you're hoping to go through. There isn't enough social workers, and there isn't enough of you. There's a space for you. Only you can share the answers the way you share the answers. That sounds super simplified, but it's true. It's coming from you, so you're gonna attract a whole new audience, a whole new community. And I have to say that's something that I really enjoy and I'm really proud of myself for creating, is a community. I hear a lot of times that people have come to my page just to feel connected, and I can't express how much that means to me, because I've been a school social worker. I know it feels like you're literally alone. Literally, I'm alone in an office in a whole district. And it's a lonely profession to be in. So to know that I'm helping some of y'all feel connected to a community is just the icing, right? It's the cherry on top. So this little video, again, was to talk you through how my social media and YouTube channel started, but it's just the start. This is just the tip of the iceberg. If you have questions specifically on starting a YouTube channel or a social media presence, please let me know in the comments below. I do want to do a whole playlist on my channel for those of you that are wanting to build a YouTube or social media presence for yourself as a social worker or school social worker. So let me know what your questions are. I'm also going to be going live with some of my favorite social work influencers. We're going to be doing a Zoom chat/seminar all about social media and how to grow as a therapist and social worker in this space. And if you miss it, I believe we're going to have a replay. So if you're watching this after the fact, send me a comment or a message to my email. It's also in the description box, and I can get you the link. Geesh, so windy out here. I don't know if you can hear me, but I am still planning to grow. You may be wondering how I find the time to do all of this. As a school social worker, it actually lends itself pretty nicely to, I guess, like a YouTube / content creator's schedule, because I get summers off. So that's plenty of time to record and script, and there's a whole lot to go into it. It's obviously, it's not easy, especially if you want to be consistent. Consistency is key to growing on YouTube. It is not as easy as I feel like some other spaces, because it just takes more of your time. So after this, I will edit the video, add some green screens, add my hashtags, right? I'll also start adding the description box, lots of keywords in there to kind of get up on the search engine, on YouTube search engine. And if I'm talking over your head, let me know what your questions are, because it's been a while. I've been doing this for a few years now, that it's kind of become a well-oiled machine, so to speak. But there's still things that I'm learning. I'm actually on my way to a business class right now too, because recently I've become an LLC, thanks to my husband again pushing me and actually filing for an LLC for me. So it's just really awesome that we support each other in this way. So I'm gonna head over to that class now. I will be keeping my eye on the comments, so I hope to hear from you very soon. Until next time, I'm wishing y'all social work success. Bye guys.
Back to the DBA and the LLC. Do you remember what a DBA was?